right, getting in some breaking inputs coming in from Bihar, as there's going to be a big announcement by Congress just ahead of Bihar Assembly elections. In fact, Congress has announced that it will distribute sanitary pads to 5 lakh women. Rahul Gandhi's picture is going to be on these sanitary pads. What seems to be a key election strategy by the Congress in Bihar, inspired by the film Pad Man, to woo women voters by distributing sanitary pads, has triggered a full-fledged controversy. Union Minister Chirag Paswan has condemned this move, saying it is a good thing that the Congress party is distributing sanitary pads, but having Rahul Gandhi's photo on them is completely inappropriate. Listen in to what he has to say.
मैं उनकी सोच का मैं समर्थन करता हूं, बट ये आपको असहज करता है। और आप किस कदर तक आप जाइएगा अपना प्रचार करने के लिए? हम लोगों के ऊपर यही लोग सवाल उठाते हैं ना कि भैया आप अपनी योजना पे काहे थैले पे फ़ोटो लगा रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं। ऐसे में आपकी सोच का मैं समर्थन करता हूँ। अच्छी बात है कि भाई आप सैनिटरी पैड्स आप बांट रहे हैं, बांटिए, बट उसके ऊपर राहुल जी की फ़ोटो, मतलब ये देखने से ही अटपटा लग रहा है। मैं तो 21वीं सदी का पढ़ा लिखा युवा हूँ, मुझे ही वो देखने से अटपटा लग रहा है। जिसने भी वो तस्वीर देखी होगी, हर किसी को वो परेशान कर रही है, असहज कर रही है। पर इस तरीके का प्रचार कतई शोभा नहीं देता, मैं इसकी निंदा करता हूँ।
All right, Pallavi is joining us on the broadcast to put that entire controversy into perspective for us. So, Pallavi, as Chirag Paswan said, ये देखने से ही अटपटा लग रहा है. What are the other reactions coming in from the BJP and other parties in power?
You know, Akanksha, the Congress party has always made fun and been very critical of the BJP's any campaign material or any campaigns on the grounds that it's always all about the Prime Minister. They've said that, you know, the obsession and the megalomaniac, that's the word which have been used by the Congress party, that the megalomaniac Prime Minister and the BJP have insisted that on every scheme, even if it's got nothing to do with the Prime Minister, his picture is always put out. So to that extent, Chirag Paswan's criticism does make sense, and in that context, and there's going to be pretty much the line of argument coming in from the BJP that if you do it, you justify it. What is the justification for Rahul Gandhi's face being as a part of those sanitary pads which are going to be distributed, obviously to target the women voters, to insist on women hygiene, when you are no different from the political parties you always keep on attacking? We'll have to wait to see if the Congress does a rethink, but this announcement was made yesterday at a press conference by the Bihar in charge himself and the Bihar State Congress chief itself. And the Congress clearly wants to target the over 21% women vote bank of Bihar. But it has unfortunately incurred a lot of criticism on the grounds that it's always everything about Rahul Gandhi.
Pallavi, that's quickly, is this also now reeking of the Congress party and the Mahagathbandhan at large, their own desperation to counter what the Nitish Kumar government is doing? Because remember, they are now going to be running a Mahila Samvad program by going door to door to address and make that outreach to women. As you said, they are a sizable vote bank, 2 crore in all.
Well, women have always been the decisive vote bank, and whenever the BJP has won, even the Congress party has won, for example, in Telangana, Karnataka, even in Himachal Pradesh, it's a woman card being put directly into accounts of women, which really has been a vote clincher or winner for the Congress. And why just the Congress? I think today almost every political party is understanding the importance of the woman vote. Unfortunately, the Congress's attempt to try and target this particular vote bank is facing with a lot of criticism, because why do the sanitary pad paper or the packaging have to have a picture of Rahul Gandhi?
And what is the sense you are getting from the BJP? Because I remember Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP has tweeted saying that this is an insult of women of Bihar with Rahul Gandhi's picture on the sanitary pad. Do you think now this will become a focal point of attack for the entire Nitish Kumar government and all of these parties at large?
You know, I think the BJP is also going to make this point that this shows a double standard and the hypocrisy of the Congress, because the Congress party repeatedly points a finger at the BJP for being obsessed with the Prime Minister. And why did, for example, if you remember the COVID vaccine, that also had those ads, had a picture of the Prime Minister, and they had objected to it on the ground that what has the PM got to do with it?
That's a very interesting point that Pallavi has been highlighting, which is what I'm going to take forward with Guru Prakash Paswan of the BJP. He's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Paswan, how do you now put this into perspective? Pallavi making a very key point over there that whenever it comes to Prime Minister, he's labelled as a megalomaniac. What about Rahul Gandhi? Mr. Paswan, can you hear me? All right, we'll try and reconnect. But as of now, what we can tell you, and you can see Bihar Congress actually showing off, or rather displaying that pack of sanitary pads, which has Mr. Rahul Gandhi's picture on the cover of that sanitary pack. And this is exactly what Chirag Paswan is attacking now. He's gone on to say that I do agree with the Congress party's mindset and the idea behind launching such a campaign to spread awareness with regards to hygiene as far as women are concerned. But I find it deeply inappropriate that Rahul Gandhi, who's also the leader of opposition, must have his image placed on a pack of sanitary pads for women. And as you can see in those visuals, the Congress in Bihar going all gung-ho about it and marketing their entire strategy. The opposition Mahagathbandhan has also promised a monthly cash transfer of 2,500 rupees into women's bank accounts under their Main Behan Ma Yojana if it was to be elected to power. On the other hand, you have the Nitish Kumar-led government, which is now launching a Mahila Samvad program, which is going to be about generating a village-to-village outreach program to connect with the 2 crore women in the state of Bihar. And as we've been discussing so far, in all the recent assembly elections, we've seen the role that women voters have been playing, whether it was Maharashtra, Haryana, all of these parties now trying their level best to woo the women voters. And so it is no surprise that whether it is the Nitish Kumar-led Bihar government or the opposition Mahagathbandhan, including the Congress party, which are now wooing the women vote bank. But as far as this particular ploy is concerned, it seems to have now turned into a flop show, as tweets after tweets and attacks are already coming in from the Nitish Kumar-led government. You have Chirag Paswan's reaction, you have Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP who's taken to X. He's in fact gone on to attack them by saying that it's an insult of women of Bihar with Rahul Gandhi's picture on the pack of sanitary pads. Let's also listen in to what Chirag Paswan's had to say.
मैं उनकी सोच का मैं समर्थन करता हूं, बट ये आपको असहज करता है। और आप किस कदर तक आप जाइएगा अपना प्रचार करने के लिए? हम लोगों के ऊपर यही लोग सवाल उठाते हैं ना कि भैया आप अपनी योजना पे काहे थैले पे फ़ोटो लगा रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं। ऐसे में आपकी सोच का मैं समर्थन करता हूं। अच्छी बात है कि भाई आप सैनिटरी पैड्स आप बांट रहे हैं, बांटिए, बट उसके ऊपर राहुल जी की फ़ोटो, मतलब ये देखने से ही अटपटा लग रहा है। मैं तो 21वीं सदी का पढ़ा लिखा युवा हूँ, मुझे ही वो देखने से अटपटा लग रहा है, जिसने भी वो तस्वीर।
All right, Gurprakash Paswan of the BJP is through with us. Mr. Paswan, as Chirag Paswan was also highlighting that ये देखने से ही अटपटा लग रहा है, मैं उनकी सोच से सहमत हूँ, पर ये देखने से बहुत ही अटपटा लग रहा है. On the other hand, we've also been discussing about how whenever it comes to Prime Minister Modi, he's attacked for being a megalomaniac. But what does it speak of the leader of opposition when he's promoting his face on a pack of sanitary pads?
No, the problem is we have to understand that the Congress party is suffering with something called the poverty of intelligence and the poverty of imagination. Especially when it comes to Bihar, Bihar has been doing phenomenally well when it comes to women issues. Access to toilet, gross enrollment rate in education, it has gone up tremendously under the BJP and the chief ministership of Mr. Nitish Kumar. Congress party essentially what it's trying to do, it's just trying to politically promote its leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Instead of doing this, they could have come out with a concrete vision, a plan of action, a strategy. But that is exactly missing. This is nothing but we believe is a matter of optics for Rahul Gandhi's sheer popularity, bereft of ideas, bereft of intelligence and bereft of any imagination.
In their defense, they are saying that this is meant to spread menstrual hygiene awareness for women. And as Chirag Paswan was saying, that perhaps the idea behind it is not to be questioned, but the manner in which it is being propagated is perhaps extremely inappropriate and questionable.
So you see, we have done, especially in terms of, and this is a Lancet report. I'm not quoting from any random study. A Lancet report has categorically stated that post the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, post the toilet construction, menstrual hygiene has gone under fundamental transformation. There are certain ways, there are modus operandi through which you can work on menstrual hygiene. But by putting your face, putting your party symbol, doing all these things, this is something which is nothing but politically motivated and makes us question your intentions.
So how do you weigh in on the way the women vote bank is being approached? You have the Mahagathbandhan, Congress party over here, selling or rather, marketing these sanitary pads with Rahul Gandhi's face on it. You also have a cash transfer of 2,500 rupees being provided to the women, or rather being promised if the Mahagathbandhan is elected to power. There's an outreach program being run by your government, the Nitish Kumar-led government in Bihar, and which is going to be a door-to-door outreach for the women, and that happens to be a sizable vote bank in the state, 2 crore in total. How do you weigh in on the promises of a cash transfer versus this outreach?
No, that is a very important question, and let us make this very clear that 2,500 rupee to our mothers and sisters, is it a Congress original idea? No. We did it in Madhya Pradesh, we did it in Maharashtra, and I'm glad you brought this question, because especially in terms of our women folks, you see post-liquor ban, the data from the National Family Health Survey, the data from the National Crime Records Bureau categorically states that in terms of domestic violence, it has gone down.
Okay.
Point number 3, the Bihar is the state with the highest number of police forces who are women, in not only in constabulary but at the leadership position as well. So the level of sensitivity, जो संवेदनशीलता आज थानों में बिहार की महिलाओं को लेकर के है, crime against women is at a historic low. Women participation in governance is an historical and remarkable high. So I think women are standing solidly with Mr. Nitish Kumar and with the National Democratic Alliance government. There is no question of our women folks going to MGB or India Alliance partners.
No, but is that also, does that explain why the Nitish Kumar-led government is not promising a cash transfer, unlike the opposition in Bihar?
Cash transfer is something which is just one of the policy measure. Like I said, an outreach or welfare can be done by ensuring representation as well, by ensuring that the crime against women has gone down, by ensuring that if you look at the pension scheme,
let me quickly come to another point that is also consistently.
1100 our pension
Sure.
has gone up.
But
so
then,
we have to understand that.
Whenever it comes to Prime Minister Modi launching certain schemes for women or even for the underprivileged, he's always attacked for bringing in his face to a certain campaign. And he's also labeled as being megalomaniacal. What does it speak when you have Rahul Gandhi's face on, say, a pack of sanitary pads, that too? All right, we seem to have lost that audio connect with Mr. Paswan, but with that, let's